The library is my sanctuary. The quiet hum of the air conditioning, the faint sweet smell of aging paper and binding glue. It's a peace you can't find anywhere else. Most nights, I'm the last one to leave, locking up after the final patron has drifted out into the evening. There's a certain magic in having this entire world of stories to myself, even for just a few moments. But one night, that magic took a turn. I was in the antiquarian section, running a feather duster along the spines of books that hadn't been touched in decades. It was a meditative task, one I usually enjoyed. The silence was absolute, or so I thought. Then, I heard it. A whisper, as faint as a page turning in the next room. Ilara, I froze. My name was unmistakable. I glanced around the empty hall, my heart starting to beat a little faster. The building was old. It made noises. I told myself it was just the pipes, the settling foundation, anything but what it sounded like. I went back to my dusting, my movements a little more brisk now. Ilara. There it was again, closer this time. It seemed to come from the shelf right in front of me. A chill traced its way down my spine. My eyes scanned the rows of leather-bound volumes, searching for what I didn't know. The whisper had been so clear, so personal. It was like someone was standing right beside me, their breath on my ear. I told myself I was just tired, that my mind was playing tricks on me after a long day. But a strange compulsion took hold. I let my fingers trail along the spines, feeling the worn leather and embossed titles. As my hand passed over one particular book, a plain, dark green volume with no markings on its spine, the whispering stopped. It was as if the air itself was holding its breath. Hesitantly, I pulled the book from the shelf. It felt strangely cold in my hands, a stark contrast to the mild evening air. The cover was blank, just worn, dark green leather. There was no title, no author, nothing to indicate what it was. Curiosity warred with a primal sense of fear, but my hands seemed to have a will of their own. Opening the cover, my breath hitched in my throat. On the title page, in elegant, handwritten script that seemed to shimmer in the dim light, were 5 words that made the world drop out from under me. It wasn't a classic novel or a forgotten history. The title was a sentence, a prophecy written just for me. It read, "The day she died." I slammed the book shut, my heart hammering against my ribs. My hands were trembling so badly I almost dropped it. This had to be a joke, a cruel, elaborate prank. But who and how? The ink looked ancient, the paper brittle with age. This wasn't something someone could have just slipped onto the shelf tonight. A deep, instinctual dread washed over me. I wanted to put the book back, to run out of the library and never look back. But I couldn't. It was like the book had a gravitational pull, a dark promise I was compelled to understand. My gaze fell to the title page again, and below the horrifying title, I noticed something I'd missed before, a date. It was written in the same elegant script, a specific, terrifying date. Tomorrow, the whisper came again, no longer from the shelf, but from the book in my own hands. It was soft, insidious, a voice of dry, rustling pages. "Ilara, it's time to read your final chapter." I stood there, frozen in the silence of the library, clutching a book that held my own ending. The peace of my sanctuary was shattered, replaced by the deafening silence of a story waiting to be finished. A story I was now terrified to read, but even more terrified to ignore. What do you do when you find a book that has not only chosen you, but has also written your final, inescapable destiny? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy stories that explore the darker side of the unknown, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments what you would have done in this situation. Stay curious and stay safe.